Good day. This is Paul Eugene, and welcome to The End of Disease. On today's show, I have Dr. Edward Joseph James with us, and he's going to share with you some of his experiences and thoughts on health and healing. With no further ado, here is Dr. James.
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
I am a retired diagnostic general radiologist and also neuroradiologist. My attention now is focused on effective diet and lifestyle interventions in order to help prevent, reverse, and cure disease. So I'm hoping that the topics that we discuss will be of interest to you in helping you or your loved ones or your friends, people that you may know that may be facing challenges with regard to your health, with regard to your general well-being. So it's a pleasure to be here, Paul.
It's my pleasure to have you here as well. Now, I'd like to delve into some of these things that you have done, and mainly in the area of health. You know, when I met you, you was one who started sharing with me about the benefits of using the sauna. Could you open that up a little bit more and how it can benefit our general audience out here?
Sure. It's interesting because I never learned or heard about the benefits of sauna until I heard from a doctor, actually a scientist, named Dr. Rhonda Patrick. Okay. And Dr. Patrick helped me to understand that there are amazing benefits to using the sauna on a regular basis. And she helped me to understand what was happening actually in the brain and the rest of the body as we use sauna. Like, for example, when you use sauna on a regular basis, it actually changes the chemistry of the brain. It causes you to release more of a chemical called norepinephrine in the brain, which helps attention. It helps focus. It helps improve mood. In fact, Dr. Patrick talks about how the way she came to use sauna was because she was going through a stressful time in her life, being a graduate student. And she began using sauna, and she began to experience a calm, a peace that she had not had before. And so now she teaches about what actually is happening in the brain that causes that to happen. Another thing that she's helped me to understand is by using sauna on a regular basis, it actually improves the chances that you'll live a long life. There was a study done on a group of men, 2,300 men in Finland, over a period of 20 years. And those that used the sauna more often, that is 4 to 7 times a week, compared with those that only used it once a week, were 40% less likely to die of all-cause mortality, meaning non-accidental deaths, things like cancer, stroke, heart disease, the kinds of diseases that plague our society today, that simply by using the sauna for 4 to 7 times a week, for at least 19 minutes a session, at a temperature of 174 degrees Fahrenheit, that the group that used the sauna in that way was 40% less likely to die. I thought that was so powerful. To hear that, because this is not something that I hear discussed by the medical doctors that I know. It's not something that is typically discussed even in our society today. So most people are not aware of the benefits of sauna, but yet sauna for most Americans, or many Americans, is widely available at a relatively low cost. And it's the same type of sauna, in most cases, as what was used in this, which is a traditional Finnish sauna. So that was really powerful for me to hear and understand, is it simply by using sauna that I could reduce the chances that I would die at a young age.
I find that some very enlightening information. I have been in the health club for years, and every health club I ever belonged to had a sauna. But I have to honestly say that I didn't know what benefits I was getting from the sauna other than being relaxed and let the sweat pour out. No one has never educated me on these other benefits. And I believe that most people who go to the sauna like me don't realize what they're doing to themselves, health-wise, good-wise. And another thing that I notice is that when you speak of sauna in general, most people think that sauna is for people who are of the elite class, because that's tends to what comes to people's mind is that's for the rich folks, that's for the people who can afford the wealthy health clubs. But that's not true. I mean, even your local YMCAs have saunas in them, and that doesn't take a big buck out of your pocket. Now, could you enlighten with us as to what could possibly be some of the reasons why this information has not been widely known?
Well, our current medical system has come to rely on a certain way of treating patients, whether it be treating depression, treating anxiety, treating cancer and other chronic diseases, and it generally is based on the use of pharmaceutical drug interventions. This is the kind of research that has typically been funded, whereas a lifestyle intervention, such as using sauna, is typically not funded by a pharmaceutical company. So the question is, who is going to pay for this research to get done in order to even more conclusively demonstrate the efficacy, that is the effectiveness of sauna over some of these more traditional techniques. Now, it is important. You mentioned you go to a gym. Many people use the sauna. It makes people feel better. It does. Your day goes better. That's something Dr. Patrick noticed, I noticed, you notice it. But again, it needs to meet, from a medical standpoint, from a science standpoint, it needs to meet certain criteria. The sauna needs to be 174 degrees. Okay, that's not the case at many gyms because there's concern that people might get too hot and that sort of thing. But from a medical scientific standpoint, we need to reach certain criteria that have been established through research, such as the study that I just quoted in Finland, which says that you need 174 degrees Fahrenheit. My hope is that we're going to begin to see collaborations between the medical system, between medical insurance companies and others, that doctors, physicians, hospitals, health systems would begin to collaborate and work together with these gyms, with these facilities that have saunas in order to begin to and get the patients that need to be there, whether it be they have cancer or anxiety or depression or autoimmune disease. Whatever the chronic disease is, there is going to be benefit based on what I've come to learn and understand, based on how the chemicals in the brain are changed, based on how the immune system is bolstered, based upon it's a hormetic stress is what sauna is, putting the body under a certain type of stress, but it's a good stress. It's a good stress for the body, which overall is going to help fight off disease and even reverse and cure disease.
Well, I have a question for you and for our audience. Some people are hesitant to go into a sauna because they think they may pick up something from somebody's sweat. How can you calm the nerves of people from that myth?
Whatever you're introduced to in that sauna, whatever type of, bacteria or whatever, I wouldn't be so concerned about that. Because your immune system is going to become stronger and stronger as you're introduced to different types of pathogens. So I wouldn't be so concerned about that.